Boys and girls, I should say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because we're going to be watching this lesson at different intervals. You don't know, some are going to watch in the morning, others in the afternoon, and others in the evening. That's why I've said good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Well, whoever is coming here is talking about COVID, and I should say COVID, yes, because we believe that when we get together, we can stop this. I'll continue here. Remember, we had done something before you left. We had done adjectives like Teacher Paul Mafagi emphasized here. I talked about adjectives, or let me say parts of speech. Most of them were covered. So I want to move a bit from the other part we were covering, the parts of the adjectives, to the comprehension topic, which is we're going to see. But before we start, let's have some spelling activity. As usual, spelling activity. Spelling activity. Remember, I told you to have at least new books, because this is a different thing. It's a recess, you know, it's a recess, so we're there. You can have new books, you may not have to mix up. So, we shall have around 6 to 7 words. 6 to 7 words. 1, 2, and I'm sure now you have your pen, you have the book. The first word is bridegroom. Bridegroom, as eager as a bridegroom. So write the word bridegroom. The next word is dowry. Dowry, the money or the wealth that is paid to the family of the person you're intending to marry. The next one is burial. What burial? The next one is fiancé. Fiancé, a man to whom you're engaged. You have your fiancé, and then also the other side also you have the fiancé. Write the word bouquet, a group of flowers, a collection of flowers. Bouquet. Then also write for me the word bachelor. Bachelor, a man not yet married. And lastly, write for me the word marito. Marito from the word marry. He often doesn't want to disclose his marital status, so you write those words. I'm sure you finished. Bashir, I can see you there. Nobody, I'm sure most of the things you've handled, you've passed. Okay. You can pick your black pen if you're using blue and start marking. You mark with correct, that's C, or I, that is incorrect for the one that you've not got right. So our first one, bridegroom, we shall have the word as one. You write the word bridegroom as one word. The one who has failed has separated the two, bridegroom, so it's supposed to be bridegroom. The next one I said is dowry, that money, the wealth you pay. It is dowry, D-O-W-R-Y. So the one who has failed has definitely fixed E in between W and R. Our next word is burial. Burial ceremony, burial. So you have B-U-R-I-A-L. That is burial. The one who has failed, I think you know that. Goodway, I'm sure you can tell me that. Goodway Harry, I know you can tell me that. The one who has failed has double the R here. It's supposed to be single R. Our next one is fiancé. Fiancé. A fiancé, I was targeting the male one. So that punctuation mark, remember, gives us the A sound, so it makes it fiancé. Fiancé. Most people say fiance, but when we have this, it makes it fiancé. That man of yours. The next one is bouquet. Bouquet is B-O-U-Q-U-E-T. Some of you say banquet, but it's supposed to be bouquet. The T is not pronounced. So it's a silent T there. It's a bouquet, a collection of flowers. The next one is bachelor. If you overgrow as a man and you have not married, you get that name, bachelor. The spelling is B-A-C, like can see. And the last one, the seventh, is marito. Marito. So that is the word. So those are the words. I'm sure you got them right. If you got 7 out of 7, because you know what to do. If you fail something, we have that column. You know for corrections. So you write the correction, and then we continue moving on. Now, as I said, we are going to leave the parts of speech a bit. We shall move on to what we call comprehension, and we are going to handle a topic in comprehension. A topic in comprehension called ceremonies. Remember, you have the outline of topics. Yes, that we know you have the outline of topics for P7. So we have spotted ceremonies, and that's what we're going to look at for today. Now, everyone knows that if we have this word ceremonies, you know, some people don't know what it means. I don't know you as a person, whether you know. Panda Peter, I know you're following. So I don't know what you have as a new, what is your version of the word ceremonies? What do you understand by the term ceremonies? They say ceremonies, what do they mean? Okay, that you're thinking about, let me pose this question here. So I can say, what is a ceremony? What is a ceremony? Quick thinkers, what do you think about? You have your dictionaries, you know. It's a lesson of English, so you must have the dictionary. Okay, the way you're thinking would be right. But now here, I have a ceremony. A ceremony is a formal. A ceremony is a formal public. A ceremony is a formal public event with specific. A ceremony is a formal public event with specific traditions. With specific traditions, we can have actions and words. So boys and girls, a ceremony, like you've seen, is a formal public event with specific traditions. When we talk about traditions, you're looking at some more of culture. How do you handle your different ceremonies? For example, with us, the Bagisu, if you're marrying someone's daughter, we know that you must be able to raise around 3 animals. That is according to the Bagisu. The Ites have also their things. Maybe you have 50, you have more than 3. So that is what we call tradition. The tradition, the custom, the culture, how do you do things? Actions, there are some actions given some ceremonies. They are specific. Words, that's some words you have to mention, that you have to mention. For example, it's a birthday party, which words you have to mention. Someone cannot be having an introduction ceremony or a wedding ceremony and then you say happy birthday. There are some words, like the word happy birthday is mainly for birthdays, like have a birthday bash. So you say happy birthday. If it is a wedding, you know so what you can use. So that is what you call a ceremony. It is a formal public event with specific traditions, actions, and words. Now let's quickly look at the examples. The examples of ceremonies. Examples of ceremonies. Examples of ceremonies. I don't know which ones you know. The examples of ceremonies. But first of all, we can have, number one, we can have a marriage ceremony. You can have a marriage ceremony. Example 2, you can have what you call a funeral Funeral. Someone say funeral. Funeral. Or if you don't call it a funeral, you can call it a burial ceremony. Funeral or burial ceremony. A ceremony is, this word ceremony can be an event, it can be a function, it can be a ceremony, it can be a party. So when we look at ceremony, we can even say marriage, whatever. Even we can have what called a birthday ceremony, birthday party. It's also a ceremony. We can have what we call a graduation. Can use small letters here. Graduation ceremony or party. We can have what we call an initiation from the word initiation ceremony. Of course, now here I'm using a broad word to cover most of them. Like initiations, like making a person a member of a certain group. Look at, for us, the Bagisu, or let me say the Bagisu. If you want to become a man, you were a boy, initially you were a boy. But then what can make you a man if you ever had? They say that if they circumcise you, you become a man. So that is an initiation, circumcision ceremony is an example of an initiation ceremony. The religious people, for example, the Christians, if they want to make you a member of the Christian family, what happens? They are going to baptize you. So we can have what called a baptism ceremony. Under that baptism ceremony, they are initiating you into that family, making you a member of that family of the Christians. We can also have child naming. When you're born as a baby, you don't know where you belong. But then your father comes, your mother comes, and then they give you a name. So that child naming ceremony is also an example of an initiation ceremony. So this one is covering many. We can also have what we call these anniversaries. You can have a wedding anniversary. Wedding anniversary. That one can simply be a marriage anniversary. Wedding and a marriage can be the same. So we can also have what we call a death anniversary. Death anniversary. Someone says, I am going to attend the Echijukizo. That is an anniversary. Remember, an anniversary is that date. That is the same as that date on which something happened earlier. Like if it happened on 19th May that year, then the other year, that year on which you're holding that function, it is the exact date as the same as the other on which it happened. So a death anniversary. We can even put here ETC. That is, and so on. We can have so many other ceremonies. But now today, we are going to look at one of them. One of these ceremonies is what we're going to take majorly. We're going to look at what we call the marriage ceremony. So here, allow me write for you the word marriage. Now remember, I told you that at the end of this lesson, of course we have what we expect that you should do after a lesson. If you have fully understood our topic marriage, our comprehension topic marriage, what are you going to do at the end? Don't tell me you're going to get married. Someone now can take advantage of this lockdown and say, now, since I have understood the topic marriage, I am going to get married. But remember, also have another ceremony, a funeral or burial. Now, after understanding burial, what are you going to do? So the issue is try to pay attention, understand these things, such that in the future, when you're ready, when you're prepared, that time, if you're prepared, you now apply this knowledge of marriage. So, like we did on ceremonies, we understood ceremonies. Let's also understand this. What is marriage? What is marriage? I don't know what you can say about it. What is marriage? Now, here quickly, in the interest of time, I'm going to say marriage is the. This one is very, very crucial. It must be there. If it is not there, then you're doing other things. Marriage is the legal. Marriage is the legal. That word legal, I think you can even put, you can underline it. Marriage is the legal union of a man and a woman as husband and wife. So union comes from, this word union here comes from the word unite. If you do unite as a man and a woman, you make a husband and a wife. And now we're saying legal. Legal, remember when you looked at adjectives, we looked at some of them. This word adjective, this word legal is an adjective. We say legal can mean the same as legitimate. Legal, legitimate. We say it can also mean lawful. A lawful union, a legitimate union. I'm sure some of you are following some of these soaps. Like look at this soap, Misery, on Spark TV. There's where they talked about Roddy. I'm going to use an example of Roddy. I know some of you are following, not all of you. They looked at Roddy as the legitimate son of that man there. So lawful, we can have legitimate, can have legal, and then we can have licit. All these words mean the same. They are about the law. If whatever you think is within the law, it means it is a legal act, it is a legitimate act, it is a lawful act, or it is a licit act. So you must know that this marriage is the legal union of a man and a woman as a husband and wife. Members, I'm sure you've heard of the word bastard. A bastard. If you are this child, or your friend, your neighbor, is this child that has been obtained in outside marriage, meaning it was not legal. Maybe there is what you have heard of this word, eloping. Someone picks a girl from Rwanda, a boy and a girl from Rwanda. They come to Uganda with an intention of getting married, still free. So those ones there, when they get a child, that child can qualify to be a bastard. Because if you look at the dictionary meaning of a bastard, it is a child who is born outside a legal marriage. And now I think there is no marriage that is not legal, that is illegal. So if you look at the real marriage, it must be the legal union, such that it can be called a marriage. Now we also have what we call the types of marriage. Maybe let me use this slide. We shall look at the types of marriage. I'm sure it is running in your mind. You're not thinking. Hey, Yupa, I think you also think about that. If you're following, I'm sure you think about that. Semakula, let me hope you're there. Huh? For example, Semakula, which type of marriage can you maybe give me? That very one? Lizette, are you there? Cynthia? Yeah, so the first type, that one you think about, I'm sure you know. The first type of marriage, we can look at right here, types of marriage. Types of marriage. That is what we should know, types of marriage. Now, we have mainly 3 types of marriage. And the first one is going to be a religious marriage. Religious marriage. In fact, in this topic of ours here, marriage, we are mainly going to look at a religious marriage. That's what I'm going to emphasize mainly. Because we have the 3, but mainly if you look at marriage, then this is, in our topic here, we're looking at that wedding ceremony, you see. So that is, if you look at a wedding, it can be in church, it can be in a mosque, it can be wherever. That one is a religious marriage, and this is what we're mainly focusing on. So a religious marriage, what is it? RE can give another definition. So this is like more of a disclaimer. This definition I'm giving you is what they can give you in English. They can say, give one word for the underlying group of words. Then they give you this group of words. They will say a type of marriage, presided. Remember, this word presided has the preposition over. Presided over by a religious leader. That one there is what we call a religious marriage. It is a type of marriage presided over by a religious leader. So now when we look at a religious leader, we look at now the clergy. Remember, a clergy is a group, a whole group of religious leaders. For example, if you mention religious leaders, we can have the pastors, we can have the priests, we can have the reverends, we can have the imams, the bishops. So it depends who is presiding over this marriage of yours. As long as this person is a member of the clergy, this one makes what called a religious type of marriage. So it's a type of marriage presided over by a religious leader. So in case it's like that, in case you find that that person is not presiding over, that one is called what called religious marriage. Type number 2, we have what we call civil marriage. Civil marriage. Civil marriage can also be called a state marriage. Civil marriage, you can also call it a state marriage. Civil, you talk of law. Civil, state. The state is a country, a nation. So if it is the country that is taking over, that is presiding over, if it's one of the members, like now the country says, one of the officials of the government is supposed to preside over your marriage, then that is a civil marriage. And mainly this official of the government that presides over such types of marriages is called the chief administrative officer at district level. So we can look at this one here as a type of marriage presided over by a government official. That is in as far as English is concerned. Or we can have another issue if we are not bringing the officer or the official. We can say this is a type of marriage performed and registered by the chief administrative officer. So remember, I said this one is mainly at district level, so you can say this one is a cow, not the other cow we use at home. It is that official or the officer at the district level that normally registers this type of marriage, the civil marriage, the state marriage. So you can choose. You can say, now after this, we're going to look at the third type. After that, you can now look at, you can go civil or you can go religious. But mainly people love religious. I'm sure even your parents have chosen this religious marriage. A few of them are picking the civil one. Type number 3, it can be called the customary, from the word customary, or you can call it traditional, from the word tradition, or you can call it cultural. Those words can mean the same, cultural marriage. Like that. So this one here can be a type of marriage. A type of marriage presided over by a cultural leader. Now that is it. Now if you look at these three types, here, customary, traditional, and what have you, customary tradition. This is the same thing. If you don't want to call it customary, you can call it traditional. If you don't want to call it traditional, you can call it cultural. If you look at these three, this one can come first. Then you can opt for this and this. Remember the types or like the examples of customary marriages. We can have the introduction ceremony. We can have what you call a pre-visit. You go and pay a visit to those parents of your maybe your fiancé. So you can pay a visit to them and they know that this is the person. So those are examples. Like mainly an introduction ceremony is that customary marriage, because that's when they said, now according to us, we need 3 cows, we need 3 goats, we need this. The Baganda say we need that photo frame of the Kabaka, we need the map of Buganda. All those things are there. So that is according to their tradition. That is what they do. So those are the 3 categories or types of marriage. Now quickly, like all in the interest of time, I'm saying. Remember, when we start the topic in English, like in the comprehension, we mainly focus on the vocabulary. Our main focus is on the vocabulary. And this vocabulary, sometimes to some people, they are new words. Remember, a word that you don't know is new to you. But when you get to know it, it becomes part of your vocabulary. So you're going to look at the vocabularies or the vocabulary / the new words there. So now under here, we shall look at these words because there are very many. So we shall look at them in categories. Category number 1, let's look at the people. People involved. People involved in a marriage. A marriage. Remember, a marriage can be a wedding, can be a wedlock, all those things. So people. So here we shall have the list members. This we are identifying the people. Then you're going to pick your dictionaries. In fact, that will be your activity. I'm grabbing this as your activity. You're going to pick your dictionaries and look up those definitions, such that when I come tomorrow, as we are going to continue with this same thing, we shall be defining, and then we see. So meaning that we have this proverb that says great minds think alike. We have different senses of different words. Now if you open your dictionary and then your mind tells you that yes, this is the actual definition that marriage, our topic marriage wants, then you put it down as I come tomorrow. And then when I give you mine, they are the same. Just realize that your mind is great, because great minds always think alike. So let's start from number 1. You can have this. You're going to list them. Then later you pick your dictionary, pick a separate paper, and then try to get the definitions. Okay. The first one, when you see someone, you're going to look at the word. Maybe you can start from a girlfriend. You start at girlfriend level. Girlfriend. Number 2. If you're not a girlfriend, you are someone's boyfriend. Check, I am not spacing those words. Then the next one there, we can also look at the word bride. We can look at the word bride, we're going to define all those words. We shall also look at the word bridegroom. Remember, it was part of our spelling exercise or activity. Bridegroom, if you don't want to call him a bridegroom, you can call him a groom, right? And then you will find a definition. We shall also look at the word best man. Here with best man, we space a bit. Best man, we have some bit of spacing there. Then we shall have the word page boy. Page boy is one word, don't space. Page boy is one word. Then we shall have the word flower girl. With flower girl, you're going to space. Those are people involved in a marriage. We can have the word fiancé. The two are pronounced as the same word because of this punctuation mark, fiancé. Then the female one here, fiancé. Also, it has that punctuation mark there. Then you can have a person who wants to marry a specific girl, woman is called a suitor. You're going to find out those ones. Then you can have the word MC. Find out what it says in your dictionary. Then you can have a bridal party. Bridal party. These are all people. Okay, I was saying bridal party is another one. I say don't worry, don't you wonder why they're calling it it's a party, but it is whatever. So you're going to find out why those ones are also people. We have a couple, that word couple, you're going to find out. We have different senses, but of course I want the one that takes it. We have a spouse. We have that company, that advertises your book, the Spouse International. You'll find out why it's called so. We have the word wife. Then we also have the word husband. Then, I think we can look at those ones. We try to look at their definition. We can have the word groomsmen. That's also one word. We can have groomsmen. And then we can have what we call bridesmaid. We're leaving that out. Bridesmaid. It's also one word. So members, try to find out those definitions. Then when I come tomorrow, tell me. And then, like I said with COVID, I want to end with stay safe. That's what most of us are saying in the whole country. Stay safe by washing your hands. Avoid hugging. Avoid so many things that can lead into you getting that virus that will lead into the COVID-19 that has become a problem in the whole country. Thank you very much. We shall continue from there.